like a human catfish.
So they gonna be mo cheeks.
But yeah, that was crazy, man. So let's switching to the next topic, man. You know, your man's LeBron was on his podcast. Was it Mind of Game of Mind, whatever that podcast called with Steve Nash. He was talking about ring culture. He said that he doesn't think that ring culture should basically winning a championship shouldn't base someone's career. Got a lot of feedback. It actually sparked mad conversations that even somehow Kobe and Tracy McGrady got brought up, all stem from that. How do y'all feel about that ring culture conversation?
Jordan actually said the same thing in an interview.
Jordan, you brought up Jordan.
Yeah, because I'm saying because people bring up ring culture because it's only two people you can really talk about, Jordan and LeBron. That's it. And Jordan, I seen the interview, and Jordan kind of talked about that same topic, like, you know, the ring culture isn't really determine your success of how great of a player you are, and who the greatest. There's a thin line between the people. Because they be like, oh, one person got more rings than the other, but this person isn't better than the other. Prime example, Robert Horry.
Yeah, I feel like if anybody,
Robert Horry got 7 rings.
Yeah, but he's a role player though.
But he got 7 rings.
He's a role player though.
But that's on the ring side, so we just talk about rings.
Yeah,
that's when he's in that conversation.
Yeah, but when people talk about ring culture, when it comes to that, the caliber of player have to be the same type of caliber for the conversation to make sense. That's like Derek, because like Derek Fisher. Don't Derek Fisher got 5 rings too?
He got 4.
No, I think he got all.
I think he got 5, bro.
I thought he got all them.
He was there at the 3-peat, and he's there for the 2 for sure. With Kobe, yeah, I think he got 5. He might have 5. Regardless, that's a lot of rings. How many rings does he got more than he got more rings than Iverson? He's not better than fucking Iverson. I think it's about.
Not at all.
I think it has to be about the caliber of player. It has to be about that, and that's when you have to do it. Like if they're not the same caliber of player, we shouldn't even. To me, that's dumb to even compare those two because it's like we can't compare Robert Horry to Giannis. Giannis has a ring. He was the Finals MVP. Right. Averaged like 30-something. You know what I'm saying?
He's the number one.
He's the number one option.
So
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it has to be the same caliber of player. Like for example, like if you were to like, you know, we talk about it all the time with the James Harden, Dwayne Wade conversation. Like to me, like that can be an entertaining argument because it's like when we look at people's legacies, great players, right? Don't we expect them to do great things?
Great things.
Yeah.
So we expect them to win, and I know it's a team game, but that's what makes them great. When shit goes down, it's like, damn, I got to step up and got to do this. Like, you know, when they had like their Kodak moment. That's why when it comes to the ring culture, like, and I'm just using Dwayne Wade and James as a example because, yeah, one can argue that James Harden is offensively better than Dwayne Wade.
And I'm going with that.
Yeah, he's offensively better than Dwayne Wade. But when you're talking about defense, it's not a comparison. Dwayne Wade's is a better defender. And then when you talk about everything they've done in their careers, their Kodak moments. What happens in James Harden's biggest moments? And he's a James Harden fan.
Shit the bed. I had to hop off the bandwagon a few years ago.
Man, and
like,
that's go ahead.
I think I'm a little side note.
No, go ahead. Yeah,
shit, it just he was crying about, you know, going somewhere as far as championship after he just played with an MVP. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't get with that, man. And it's like, you trying to jump around, since we talking about the ring culture and all that, you trying to jump around for these rings, then you go play with Joel fucking Embiid.
Yeah, literally.
An MVP, then talk about this ain't good enough. What you gonna get better than the MVP? What you gonna get better than the MVP?
It's the team.
And then, hold on.
Go ahead, yo.
Then, he shit the bed with the Sixers.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And the only time I will give him some praise, because we actually was watching this at work. We was at work. We was the weekend. We was when they was playing the Warriors. Now that 2017,
different.
I'll give him that. Chris Paul pulling his hamstring. I'll give him that. But in the same time, that last game 7,
still could have won it though.
He shit the bed as he said, and that's why I'm like, when it comes to ring culture, I feel like. When it comes to like defining who the better player was, I feel like we have to consider the circumstances of how they perform in the big moments. We have to. If we're just going off regular season, shit, Peyton Manning is better than Tom Brady. If we're going off regular season accolades alone, Peyton Manning is better than Tom Brady. Like, let's just be honest.
That's a fact.
So it's just like, I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it.
I mean, I think shit.
Malik, how you feel about ring culture?
What you say?
He said they all rich and don't matter.
Man, like, it's a media talking point. You know?
Yeah.
LeBron, it matters though. Like for the great players, it matters.
Yeah.
That's like damn near the metric we got.
Yeah. Yup.
Set the metric. Dudes like Russell set the metric. You know, so for them, but for the average player and for everybody else, like even second tier players, I don't even think it matters. Like Giannis got a ring, and people still ain't
I don't get that.
enough respect. I don't know.
I don't get that. I saw that what Stephen A. Smith said. Like if he doesn't win another wing, he underachieved. I'm like, how do you
No.
underachieve if you already won a fucking ring?
He's a top 5 power forward. Easy.
I agree. 1,000%.
He got a ring
I agree.
and MVP.
1,000%. I agree. Yeah.
And not only that, he stayed down with his team.
Stayed. I was about to say that next. I feel like he might stay there.
He stayed down. He's gonna fuck around and have a statue when it's all said and done,
Yeah.
bro. Like he brought them a ring.
Carmelo been booted. Boop.
Let me ask y'all this, man. Since we're still on the topic of ring culture, because me and you talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago, like randomly. When it comes to like the top 3 small forwards, because Kevin Durant, I'll use him as an example. Kevin Durant is great, offensively great, 3rd best small forward of all time. He's number 3. I'm sorry, I got Larry Bird above him.
I would take
Okay.
Larry Bird number 1 out of respect because he.
I gotta go Bron, bro.
No, I'm just saying. I like everybody know I'm Bron crazy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
everybody know. But Larry Bird did stuff that nobody to this day did, and that's the reason why I respect him as
It's cold,
He over there
bro.
getting bored and shit.
Man.
Yeah, I'm playing with my left hand.
left hand the whole game. And I brought that up. I said the reason I never not
Dog
to this
was
day
bored in the league.
nobody.
Yeah.
I don't care if you playing in a kindergarten. G League, I don't care what level it is. The whole game you play left and shoot left hand free throws.
Yeah,
That's
that's
different.
nuts.
That's different.
And you get what he had like 30, 40.
He was going.
Remember, he
nuts.
dropped
I can't
like
remember
60.
the numbers,
I think he
though.
dropped like
was just out
60
there
or
having
50.
fun,
Yeah,
man.
on the Hawks, and he be torching. I don't know. It's just certain things like greatness. That's why it's like the ring culture. I feel like Bron. I personally feel like Bron wouldn't have said that shit if he didn't lose as many finals as he lost.
Yeah,
I think LeBron said it to get a target off of his back.
I don't
just think
agree.
he worded it wrong, man. I mean, I think I get what he's saying.
'Cause
I
rings
mean,
matter.
like
Yeah.
what you was saying with Robert Horry, and you can't do role players compared to stars.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a little mixed on it though.
I guess it's like a case by case situation. I think with me for the most part, because even like I didn't like the Tracy McGrady T-Mac. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I seen that.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that at
like
all.
my favorite player all time.
I feel like they talking greasy ever since the Mamba not here no more. They was not words these conversations when he was alive. And I saw Dwayne Wade say something where, and this is just asinine. Like he said he believed that Paul Gasol should have won Finals MVP that second ring when they lost to the Celtics.
Paul Gasol
I
didn't
mean,
carry
he's
them
going
that
based
game.
off
He averaged
of,
18 points a game.
but he's going.
But he had to guard KG.
He averaged 18.
He had to play a huge role in that championship.
Yeah.
Paul Gasol
he
did his
played
thing,
his
though,
role.
but it was definitely
Kobe
it was
averaged
definitely
28.
Bane. Yeah,
He averaged 18. He averaged 20. Yeah, he didn't shoot good that last game. That was one of the most lower scoring finals games, and I think in finals history. I was watching that game.
All defense.
It was a low scoring game, but to say somebody that averaged 18 points a game should get finals MVP over somebody that averaged 28, and the reason y'all really won.
We seen it before. Iggy.
Yeah, but what did Steph average that year? Steph didn't average no fucking 28.
No,
That
he
nigga
averaged a dub. It was a dub.
Yeah, but he was getting guarded by Dellavedova. No one was surprised that
He
Iguodala won that
had a
shit.
couple
I ain't gonna
stinkers.
lie. I feel like everybody was surprised he won that.
I wasn't. Everybody that I was watching, because you couldn't just
Iguodala?
Yeah,
You wouldn't-
Yeah, I was surprised
I
Iguodala
wasn't.
got that, but I know why.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
understand
that's
why.
That's the only reason why I wasn't surprised. I'm like,
The only reason why, let's be real, Iguodala got that is because obviously Brown was still going nuts, still was getting 40.
This nigga
50.
Bron
Yeah,
averaged
but
like
he-
triple double.
But, 35, 10, and 10.
But they looking at it, but Brown is so damn good that he's shooting. Mind
And-
you, with those triple doubles, he's doing efficient over
Yup.
50. That's some nut shit.
And think about if you
So-
don't put Iguodala on him, he's gonna average 50.
Exactly. We're
I
over
think-
50%
I
shoot.
think it was the defense and the fact that Brown was letting Iguodala shoot, and he kept on hitting them ugly threes. Remember,
Corners.
he kept on wide open, no one
Them
there.
corner
It was
threes.
because he held them under
Hit
40%.
they
Yup.
ass with the-
How you feel about that, Malik?
Iguodala?
Yeah. Well, we were just talking. What were we just talking about?
Iguodala winning the MVP.
Yeah,
Why
the
he,
Finals
you know,
MVP. Yeah, the Finals MVP. Because not every, I'm pretty sure Larry Bird, one of them things he didn't win Finals MVP. Cedric Maxwell did.
I didn't know that.
Same for Magic Johnson.
I ain't
Magic
know that
James Johnson.
James Worthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I
That's
was about to
James
say,
Worthy
that's
was
different, dog.
There's players.
James Worthy was really
That
their best player.
That
though,
was a
but
cheating ass team. Though we ain't gonna talk about the Showtime Lakers, man.
James Worthy was a dog for the Lakers.
He was a dog, but did you just say James Worthy's better than
Man.
Magic?
He don't believe that.
Is that-
Keep
is that-
going.
Oh,
He don't believe that. Keep going.
James Worthy just got injured early in his career.
Oh, okay.
He got injured early in his career, man.
But no, to touch on that, Malik, you got any final thoughts on the ring culture? Oh yeah, no. Oh my bad. I want to go on that. So even like the Kobe Bryant,
Yeah.
Tracy McGrady thing. I thought Tracy McGrady saying, what'd he say? Oh, if I had Shaq, you think I couldn't? He said I was never in a position. Bro. You were in a position. You always got hurt. That Houston Rockets team.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Championship team.
If you want to be honest, that Houston Rockets, when they had Ron Artest, Rayford Austin, young Aaron Brooks, young Kyle Lowry,
Luther Head, Chicago.
Luis Scola,
Yeah,
Mutombo,
Mutombo.
Yao.
That was tough.
That team on paper is better than the 03 Lakers. The 03 Lakers have Kobe and Shaq. I know Kobe and Shaq is
Don't
a
do
force.
that. Rick Fox, don't do that.
Rick Fox is a great role player, but if we talking
Devin
about
George, hometown.
nigga average like
Play defense.
Come on, man.
He was a defensive player.
Yeah, but we talking about that team. What did Trevor Reese on that Rocket? No, he wasn't there yet. He wasn't there yet. He was there. Well, he was there.
No, 09. He was 09, not 08. Trevor Reese
Okay, yeah,
was 09.
he does it next year then. That was next year. Okay. But I don't know, bro. I think that take by Tracy McGrady was wild. I feel like just because you put somebody like people act like Shaq carried them rings. He did not carry them rings.
So I agree 100% with T Mac. You think take Shaq off that team? What do Kobe do?
Kobe got two rings without Shaq.
Hold on. T-Mac was
Prior
saying.
to Shaq getting him 3 rings.
No, but that wasn't the conversation. T-Mac was saying,
But I'm saying anybody can play with Shaq at that time, they would have won.
So
I don't believe that.
But he was saying
I don't believe that.
He had 38 and 16, but that's what Mac was saying. If he got 38 and 16, you ain't seeing shit like that.
Yeah.
That's 38 and 16. And then Mac was leading score.
Just efficient as Kobe, or maybe even more efficient than Kobe.
nah.
What?
Yes.
Nah.
Nah, he was
You're
more efficient.
crazy. You're crazy.
You said no. I'm saying the efficiency talk is like I'm just talking about like you just putting somebody on a team and just making.
We talk about put a superstar, put
Yeah, I
another
know.
Kobe, put an Iverson, put a T Mac.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm
Put-
saying. I don't agree with
feel
that.
like
I
if you
think
gonna
Kobe.
put any
Look, young
top 10
LeBron,
player with
I don't-
Shaq
put
at that time.
You know why? You know why? It's kind of like because it's like he did it with Shaq and he did it without Shaq. These
He
other
did
guys.
it without Shaq after the fact.
What does that mean?
If
He
he
did
didn't do
after.
it with Shaq in from 2000, 2001, 2002, well 01, 02, 03, he don't do that. His future that
That's
them two,
now we're talking hypotheticals. We can't change the future. I'm just talking about what happened. He won with the man and he won 2 without him. He went
And
to.
this, and I love this Kobe talk. Cause this the same man that got 1 MVP. You would never been top 5 from 2000 to 2010. Kobe was never a top 5 player. He had 1 MVP. That lets me know.
You said Kobe wasn't a top 5 player.
No,
Like what do you mean?
Oh man.
no.
Like what do you mean? Like all time you're saying in the league he was never a top 5 player.
He was never the best. Let me say that he was never the best player.
Kobe was never the best player in the league.
Never.
So
He
even,
got one of the-
At that time, the
Never.
debate. No, at that time, the debate
Never.
was Mac
Never.
and Kobe.
yeah, it was that.
And Iverson.
and
And
Iverson
Iverson as
as
well.
Iverson, Kobe, and LeBron. Kobe, come on, bro. Like Kobe had 1 MVP.
There's documents, there's video footage of actual NBA players.
And he should never got the MVP. Dwayne Wade should have got the MVP. Let's talk.
I will say that I think Dwayne Wade definitely should have one, but let's be honest, bro. Why didn't he get MVP? He was in the media for the wrong reasons. They gave us
Iverson,
such an ass.
Iverson was in the media for the wrong reasons.
We're talking about it. Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
You're comparing. Really?
Yeah. Let's
Come
not.
on,
Let's not
let's
do
go.
that. And the man.
You know what he was. You know what he was in the news for.
So
We'll get all
that year, 05 and 06, right? 05, 06 is when that happened. He didn't make the playoffs in 05.
They were trash after Shaq left. They were trash.
06, y'all up 3-1 on Suns and let them.
Yep, I remember that now. Yep.
What MVP is that?
Okay, it happened.
What'd you say? What'd you just say?
happened.
Oh, Jay Harden shitted himself, right?
No, he choked. He shit the bed.
It happens.
so-
But everybody.
so-
He shit the bed.
so-
And Kodak
all
won
the great
2
stuff.
rings.
So
All
in
the
between
greats
that time,
have at some point.
then what MVP? What do he deserve an MVP in between that time?
When he won it.
what? 08 and 09?
I think it was what was he?
Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was destroying.
Dwight Howard was nice, but when you talk, how you feel about this, Malik?
I mean, you gotta put respect on Kobe regardless. We saying comparing him to T-Mac.
Yeah, when it's come to him and T-Mac, like, it was basically going off what T-Mac said. You put me on that team, I'll get a ring just like, I get 3 rings just like Kobe. I personally don't believe that.
I don't believe it, but I like that he said it.
I like that he said it, yeah.
Why wouldn't you believe in yourself when you was one of the top players, just like how Bean was?
Facts.
To me, I feel like if any top 10 player played with Shaq at that time, averaging them numbers, and I think that's what Mac was saying.
It's possible.
I'm going to win too.
And then
why wouldn't he feel like that?
And like you said, he should feel that way. But then it's like when you look at, remember, what is it? That first ring where they was playing Indiana and Shaq fouled out and Kobe
took it over
in overtime, like
Facts.
his 3rd year or 2nd year, whatever the case was. I'm sitting here like, not his 3rd year, whatever the case is, but you know, like that.
Third run.
Yeah, the third. Yeah, I think it was the 2nd or 1st. I think it might have been the 1st run. It might have been the 1st run. But him doing that, I'm like, we can't
Third run
predict.
they went to Sacramento.
We can't predict. Well, that was a whole we know about that. Now that was some ref stuff. We know about that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he shouldn't even have a ring.
We know about that, but no.
But yeah, keep going.
But no, just going off of like the individual stuff. I look at T-Mac, great. He's a great scorer, great this. I look at him like James Harden though. He can't get it done when he needs to. He not.
That's fair to say.
He's clutch. What's the most clutchest shit we ever seen T-Mac do? That shit against the Spurs, right?
Shit, that 13 and that 13 and 33.
How come he never did that more? We need to see more Kodak moments. So that's why when he says, you put me in there, I get those rings, I can't say that. Like, you could say that about Kobe because Kobe did it after. He did it with a whole. And don't get me wrong, that Laker team was definitely a good team. It was a good
great coach.
Well, yeah. Hey, all the teams was great coaches. Phil Jackson coached all the teams. Shit.
But I'm saying that we talked about that last time. The schemes, you gotta also throw that coach in there.
But T-Mac act like he didn't have a shot. That's what I don't like. He's acting like he just didn't have a shot. Like, dude,
I didn't agree with that either. I feel like that's a cop out.
He's a cop,
and that's my favorite player. But I feel like that's a cop out.
That's
you think Yao being hurt wouldn't?
I think him being hurt.
I feel Yao being hurt him the most. When you got arguably the best center in the league,
and they both was hurt.
They both was taking turns. There's like seesaw on that shit.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Yao hurt. He hurt. Then he hurt.
When they finally got a chance, they couldn't do it. It
was a wrap.
Yeah,
but no.
And then y'all got further without Mac, and that's Mac fans saying that. So yeah, McGrady ain't never got out the first round.
Man.
So for him to say that is like
never been out the first round.
That's
who
crazy.
Was putting him out the first round though?
At the same time,
he was up. He was up 3-1 against Detroit. He putting himself out the first round, like
Detroit.
Yeah,
that's on that's East and West.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking
Houston
about
Rockets.
I'm talking about when he was with
Orlando.
Yeah.
Oh, Detroit was.
They were up 3-1 though.
You got to end it.
You got to end it. Yeah, you got to end it.
That. You know you got to end that.
Same what I said with Kobe. The same thing with Kobe.
They took. Do y'all know that fucking Houston took the Lakers to Game 7?
Yeah,
without him. Yeah, with Ron Artest and Yao and Mutombo. That's why it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like T-Mac is just, he's just trying to get little shots off on Kobe. He should feel that way, but I just feel like shit happens for a reason. That's how I feel, man.
I love T-Mac, man. That's my favorite scorer all time. Him and KD. Scorers.
I can see that. You see what I said? Remember we went viral and I'm like, shit, what I say? I said Kevin Durant's the best version of Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He's the best version of that nigga.
Same 6'10".
Yeah, they're like unicorns. Yeah.
Dribble. Same hood. Has he? Yeah.
But switching up. Next topic, man. Y'all, I don't know if y'all saw. Everybody probably saw on the internet. Y'all saw Chet was
coming
just
to
here.
the hood.
Yeah, became Jimmy Lee.
Yeah,
was out here kissing babies, doing his thing, man.
I hope y'all see where he came. He came to the league.
He came to the league
with the trophy.
That's legendary. You gotta get this nigga Don DeMarco for that one, man.
You remember which one it is?
Yep. Don DeMarco. Yeah, we right there. But nah, man. Now we just have to add this debate. We have a lot of greats coming out.